And here on the screen, we will see also Uroš Škinar, Director of MOVIC, Slovenian Youth National Agency for Erasmus Plus and ESC programs. Hello. So I pass mics to those gentlemen, and let's enjoy their talk.
Thank you. Hello, Uros.
Hello, Matthew.
You recognize me because I'm wearing a tie, so I was not sure if you would recognize me. I usually don't wear a tie, but they told me that it would be a very official opening on a very official moment, so I have to wear this tie. So it's a pleasure to welcome you, Uros, in this event, in the opening session. I think you've missed the best part of the event, like 15 minutes ago. I don't know if you saw us dancing on the Beatles. It was very, very nice. Now it's a more formal and official opening, but it's a pleasure to welcome you today because the topic we are tackling is very, very important. The topic of cooperation between program countries and partner countries. It's very important for you and also for me. For me, it's important as the director of the French National Agency. As you know, in our NA, we host the SALTO Resource Centre for EuroMed, for South Mediterranean countries. So our role as a SALTO, but also as an NA, is to strengthen the cooperation between partner countries and program countries. And for example, in the last years, we organized a lot of activities in South Mediterranean countries. For example, we organized tool fairs in order to share pedagogical tools and to improve these tools. I think some of you in the room participated in some of our tool fairs. We organize also some partnership building activities, what we call PBA, in order to get in touch youth workers from European countries, program countries, and youth workers from partner countries. I personally participated in a PBA in Jordan. It was just before COVID in 2019, and it was my last presential event before COVID. So it was very, it's a good memory for me to remember this event. And with you, Uros, we are part also of a network of heads of national agencies. And in this network, we also have to make a little of lobbying towards the European Commission. And in this framework, we gave to the European Commission some very important proposals in order to strengthen the cooperation between program and partner countries. So I have a lot of experience in this work, but I guess you have a lot of interesting experience too, Uros.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. I hope you hear me well. Do you? Okay, perfect. At least at the moment, IT is working, yeah? Thank you for invitation, and it is my pleasure. And hello from Slovenia to all of you neighbors gathered in Paris. Yeah, Matthew started it very formally. I will contribute it a little bit more non-formal. I don't wear a tie. And maybe I will also share maybe a little bit more personal approach to cooperation, international cooperation. When I was thinking when it started for me, actually it was like Matthew with activity of SALTO EuroMed in Morocco. And that was around when I was around 18 years of age. So that's a little bit far now, yeah. But nevertheless, that was my first experience with cooperation with neighborhood partner countries, thanks to SALTOs. And on the other hand, I am basically involved for quite a long time the cooperation with our neighbors. I always call them brother and sisters from another mother. However, you will know that we, Slovenia, were part of Yugoslavia. We have connections, and this is something that is basically part of our culture. There is also something that we are talking about. Of course, now in the role of national agency that is very strongly supporting cooperation with partner country, we have also different roles. And one of those is also to support even bigger cooperation with partner countries, program countries, partner countries where we can learn together. And if I started with personal, maybe I can also add that with all these activities, basically, if I think what did we get, what I get personally out of it, if we start from this point, is learning from each other, is seeing different realities, is building on different cultures, is experiencing working together with colleagues from all around Europe. And when I talk the Europe, I mean also bigger Europe and neighborhood partner countries, not only European Union, of course, yeah? And even beyond. So I'm actually very happy. This is maybe also the competence that we get, Matthew?
Yes, you say you want to be informal. I can be informal also because the table is here, so I can ask for a gin tonic, and it's a bit informal. Yeah, you talk.
Like that.
Yeah, you spoke about the competencies, and you're right. I think that young people, but also youth workers, can gain a lot of competencies when they participate in an international project. For example, for young people, they can acquire competencies on autonomy, language skills, of course, but also a lot of soft skills, self-confidence, learning in an intercultural context. You said it, and I think that this kind of projects, it really can change the course of the life of young people. And I really saw it today in the first session in the afternoon. We had small discussions about stories of cooperation. And in the stories that I heard, it was really the case, the international projects that changed the course of the life of young people. And for example, they can make friends that they would have never met otherwise. So it's a very important kind of projects for young people.
Mm-hmm. And actually, maybe we can address why then we are doing Beyond Borders, why we started strategic cooperation of national agencies, exactly because of this. Yeah, European programs are still one of the main resources to support the international cooperation, and not only inside of European Union, but also with other countries. Yeah. What we see, what we observe is that this support needs to be stable, that we need to address different realities. That's why basically also our SALTOs, we have 3 regional SALTOs that you probably know, all of you who are there, and you were actually dancing really nicely, I saw that. I was behind the camera also. So how SALTOs can support these different realities in different regions in cooperation with national agencies and the EU programs. Maybe we can also address here that European Youth Strategy, however, we would like that it would be more firm in this way of cooperation, nevertheless gives space for this. Yeah, and we see also opportunities in the next years that are coming. So this international cooperation has a big added value for all of us who are part of it, and especially young people for whom we are working and need to work.
Yes, you're totally right. I think it's a win-win cooperation between countries from the European Union and neighboring countries. Both can learn from each other. For example, for neighboring countries, they have a lot to learn from the European Union countries, because they have a strong and long experience in youth programs such as European Solidarity Corps and Erasmus Youth. And as you said, these programs are unique tools for them also to experiment with non-formal learning, and also with the European Solidarity Corps. It gives them also a good opportunity to be recognized internationally. But it's also the case for European countries, for countries from the European Unions. They also have a lot to learn from the neighboring countries, because they can have innovative tools that can be transferred in Europe. It can also raise awareness about some issues such as democratic citizenship or human rights. So I really think that both have to learn from each other, and it's one of the objectives of the snack that we are implementing and launching right now. And it's also another reason to say that youth work, it should be organized locally and nationally, but it's not sufficient. It should also be organized internationally, and it should be organized beyond borders. It's also the name of SNAC.
Yes, exactly. We always say that, of course, we first need to support the youth work and youth work community on local level. We have that in the Bonn Declaration. We are doing that also on national levels. But however, we all get the most out of it with international cooperation. However, there is also a turn effect. Yeah, sometimes international cooperation, we saw that with previous European youth strategies. They were not called like that. Sometimes the ambition of the countries with the cooperation on international level also brought bigger developments in the youth field, youth work sector, or youth work community, however we call it, also on national and local levels. The idea of supporting youth work, youth workers, and with that young people to basically realize their ideas, contribute to solidarity, which we definitely need in times like this, is actually something that we are supporting with Beyond Borders. And international cooperation that we try to build and work together even stronger. And let's not forget, we have long years of practice at SALTOs working on this for a long, long time with national agencies and also with ministries in countries, is basically building on this expertise from the past and building and developing them also in the future. That is something that basically also reacts to all the different international affairs that are at the moment happening. Yeah? We cannot pretend that realities that there are. War in Ukraine. Also, the pandemic showed us that borders are not just open. Yeah? That there is also the refugee crisis coming all the time. That is something that we can all together work on. And European Solidarity Corps with volunteering and solidarity and Erasmus Plus can contribute to this. And for the future, if we really want that this happens, we of course need to also equip these both programs with different measures that they will be able to address even stronger cooperation with partner countries. Yeah? That's why we are doing also this strategic cooperation, so that basically this co-creation approach with all of us that are here, and that we listen to each other, learn from them, also act. One important milestone is coming soon, midterm evaluation of both programs. We slowly start, continue 24. We together, also in borders, working together in this recommendation from the program of the future.
I think the sound is quite bad. It was quite bad at the end.
Sorry. I hear you very good, but I'm saying term evaluation is something that we can basically use, and Beyond Borders can also address where we see the future of cooperation with neighborhood partner countries, what needs to change also in the programs so that we will be able to support our international cooperation.
Yeah, I think that we mentioned a lot of good reasons to organize the SNAC, and one of the main objectives of the SNAC, the main objective of the SNAC is to create a strategic framework for the cooperation between neighboring countries and European countries. And we have a lot of other objectives. We want to support more projects. We want to increase the quality of the project, to increase the number of participants in our project, also to increase the skills acquired by youth workers and young people. And it's on all of these things that we will work during the following months and the following years.
Yes. Also, let's add that we already implemented the consultation in all partner regions, countries, and that also in 2022, this is planned to continue. And with that, we would like to also see that although we have different realities in different regions, we are trying in Beyond Borders to address global context together, yeah, because stronger together we can be stronger and we can address what needs to come also in the future development for the cooperation with partner countries.
So thank you very much, Uros, for this short dialogue. I hope I will host you in Paris soon, or in France, in other places in France. So thank you to have participated. I think you will stay for the next presentation. And I don't know if I should give the floor to Tomek for the presentation of the platform.
First of all, I need to tell you that I think a good and quality seminar activity is also because the team feels comfortable with themselves. And within our team, we have very good cooperation. We have this pleasure of cooperating professionally, but we have also lots of fun. And actually, yesterday, preparing the activity, we talk a lot that we should not use acronyms because not everybody is aware of them. But what we forget was to tell our Mr. Directors about it. So all day long, we try to avoid saying snack. But now we didn't inform our directors, but I need to tell you what is the snack. It's not necessarily the snack to eat, right? It's a strategic national agency cooperation project, which Beyond Borders is such a strategic project. That was the meaning of a snack, so now you know. But we have more of such Easter eggs. So in case you discover some of other pitfalls or small little things that maybe are surprisingly in a not right place, you can come and tell us, maybe we have a prize for you. But now I'm here on the stage in this special celebration moment. I took my blue hat, but now I need to take it off. It's to celebrate, but it's also to fit with, you know, Mathieu blue tie, Snezana blue dress, and so on. So I needed my blue hat. But now I would like to also join this celebrative moment of cutting the ribbon of our Beyond Borders project, because we are also starting with the platform that we already mentioned that will serve to promote cooperation with the partner countries. And just give me a second. Okay, you need to be aware, this is work in progress. So now we allow you to come. So it's construction place. Don't take it as a final version of the platform. It's just open and starting. Why? Because we want you to also be involved. We do not want to create only with our hands something that we believe makes sense, but we want to create a platform that would serve the needs of all of us, including the input, stories, and materials from all of us. So that's why I just present you a structure, but we all together can think of how we can make this platform suit our aims. The Beyond Borders platform, we want to make it attractive visually. We want to make sure there is a lot of attractive visuals there. As you can see, for now, on the front page, we have this stock video. You know, it's obvious. It's not a youth work project. It's just a stock video. We hope at some moment we will get a nice video from some of you from some nice youth exchange or activity. We easily substitute it to something which is more authentic, something which is coming more from our field. In the front page, of course, we have a little description of what our Beyond Borders is about. And as so far, we do not have really a social media for the Beyond Borders itself, but each of the regional SALTOs have their own Facebook pages. And we have the links in the footer here. But I already took the comments from a colleague from the previous session that maybe we can think how we connect better. I don't know if this line upper will be a good place to manage the communication, but maybe we establish some other group to involve not only ourselves in further communication, but also anybody in the future who will be also our ally. But what we want to have here is, first of all, the stories of successful projects, the stories of cooperation. So we will be throughout next years, we will be approaching many of you asking for materials, stories of projects, hopefully with quality visuals. But we also realize that sometimes in case the material is specifically produced for us, then it can be of a different quality. I know the budgets in our programs are limited. Organizations focus first of all at educational outcomes, of course, so maybe there is no enough money to really pay a professional filmmaker to make a video or a professional photographer to come and do like a lively session with a professional camera. So we will be looking for possibilities also to cover, to send from on our behalf somebody to help document a live event, which will mean that we will be trying not to grasp only what you have already implemented in the past, but the projects that you will be just implementing in the future. We don't have the stories yet, but we have a structure, so don't look at the text, they are just, you know, random text. But we want to simply have the different categories, different labels. For now, just an example, we put some categories like EuroMed, international volunteering, mobility of youth workers, and so on. Of course, we'll have all the relevant ones. So it's easy to filter, so it's easy to search. It's easy for you, in case you talk with some organization, with some youth workers, and you want to say how great Erasmus and Solidarity Corps is in terms of establishing cooperation with the partner countries, you can easily send people here, and they can read like live stories of participants, organizers, youth workers, to be motivated, encouraged to organize their own projects. Another page here, we want to equip you, but also ourselves, because we are very often in a situation when organizations from partner countries, also program countries, asking, okay, but what can we do in Erasmus and Solidarity Corps together? Because not everything is possible. Not all the opportunities of the programs are possible for this. So in here we have prepared an overview of the kinds of activities that can be organized. We try to avoid, you know, this key A1, key A3, all this, you know, things that people reading the program guide might find. We want to focus at the core of activity, what it is about. So, for example, youth participation projects, as they are available for cooperation with partner countries, they have their little description and always a link to official website of the Commission where people can find more information. We do not want to really, you know, either write our own long text or copy-paste from already pages, because there's already a lot of material, so why not to send people to official websites. After each of the description of the possible activities, you remember I told you about these categories labels. Yeah? So in case, for example, we have a youth exchange story labeled as a youth exchange, it will appear under the description. So it will be not only a theoretical text, but also a live testimony from a project. And we also, for now, we also took a little space here to announce the offer from the SALTO network. We will see when we end up. Maybe we will, instead of being here, we will end up on some other subpage. Finishing my moment with the platform, here in the neighboring countries, we think of possibly having a map also to show a bit geography of this cooperation. I don't know if we will have a lot of information about countries, because this is not really specific to youth work, but we might have some content on the countries, we will see. Or maybe in case we have some stories that maybe also end up here as a filtered stories for a particular country. And in case you, anybody wants to share about what is Beyond Borders, here in the page we speak about what are the objectives of Beyond Borders and what is our motivation to establish such a cooperation. Okay, so the platform is in our hands, yours and ours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tomek. So now for the final, I will call on the stage the official partners of the, not the SNAC, because I don't have to use an acronym, but of the Beyond Borders project. So as you know, several national agencies and SALTO are part of this project. So please, those who are official partners, you can come on stage with me. So I will call from a representative from the Slovenian NA. So maybe there is Uros on the screen, but maybe I don't know, no more no more people. From the German National Agency also. Yeah. From the Finnish National Agency. Yeah. Come on stage. The Lithuanian National Agency. Come on. The Polish National Agency. There is also the Croatian National Agency, but they were not able to come, but we can give a big applause. And also maybe the 3 regional SALTOs. I'm sorry, SALTO is an acronym. And also the Czech National Agency. I saw Theodore. Ah, yes, you're here. Sorry. And the 3 regional SALTOs, so Tomek, Sonia, and Maite from the French. And Tomek, you can help me saying what means SALTO, because it's an acronym.
Yes, that's an acronym everybody knows, of course, but it's... Of course, for some people it means to make flip, but in principle it's support, advanced learning and training opportunities.
Thank you, Tomek. And now I think that we can officially say that the Beyond Borders project is officially open.
Yahoo! Thank you. I think there should be some music background, but I mean, we have our own